Hey everybody, welcome back. This is another edition of the Poor Man's Kitchen. We've since moved production from Boston to godforsaken Leominster. I live in Leominster now, and it's a different world. And the kitchen, of course, has changed, but the same simple, high quality recipes at a low cost that remains the same. So I've been going for years. I've been going to an authentic Italian deli in Roslindale, Tony's Market. Everybody, I'll put the link in the description. So if anybody in that area wants to get some really high quality Italian style pastrami and bread from Pontiose, Malden, that's where you get that. And the provolone is bomb. Tony will be there. He's still working there. The guy's got to be pushing like 106 years old, I swear. Since I've left Boston, I've been stuck looking for a place. They got all these Brazilian spots out here, and I'm not really hating on Brazilian spots, but they really charge a lot for this piece of meat that I'm always in search for when I'm, hankering for some good quality steak, right? It's called the picanha. So anyway, I've been out here looking at these Brazilians charge like $30, $50 for a piece of meat this big. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, dude. So I go to BJ's, right? You can get a top round steak like this big for like $20. Cut it in like inch slices yourself. And the one thing that BJ's does that keeps it in this game is it leaves the fat on top of the piece, the cut. It's like right above the hip of the cow. It's like a nice big like slab of fat like that big. And in America, for whatever reason, we're against the fat. We're the fattest people on the planet. And yet, if we have fat on our meat, we're somehow offended by it, where everyone else, see, that's where the flavor is. So I go into this new deli that I found, the only place I buy my meats now. I don't care if you're an authentic Brazilian spot. I don't care if you've been in the deli business for a long time at Hannaford's, whatever, Market Basket, even Whole Foods, dude. I'm going right over to the Central Street Deli, and you should too. The meat's delicious, dude. I could probably make a carpaccio off of this piece, but listen. I go in the other day, I've been going there a lot, and the owner there decides to offer me 2 of these picanha pieces to cook and get back to him and show him how it's done. Because no offense, a lot of the folks out here, not for nothing, a lot of, I'm going to go out on a edge here and say a lot of these white folks out here, these good white folks, nice enough to give me this free piece of meat for me to test out a brother like me, one of the few foundational brothers in this town, and felt really good and welcoming. So special shout out to Central Street Deli, everybody in this town or even anywhere near here, Groton, Sterling, Fitchburg, forget all those other places, even Romano's fell off the map too. You go right over to Central Street Deli, that's where it's at. Imperio, sorry you overcharge, love you, I love my Brazilian brothers too, but y'all be charging way too much. That's why I go to BJ's for this. The only place I buy meat other than Central Street Deli is BJ's for this one piece of meat. Now, Central Street Delis, to you. You see how we don't have any fat left here? This makes this piece of meat wicked hard to cook. So I had to get a tiny pan so I could, I got a cast iron. That's the other thing. Leave it on cast iron. I was in there, this lady, I swear, she must have been from Eastern Europe. I'm guessing Poland or something. She was like, you put it on a grill or something. Like, grill all the good fat and the grease and everything that's supposed to be rendering down for your cooking medium just fell into the grill, and now the grill's caught on fire like you're making a brontosaurus burger, not a piece of steak. And you're going to end up burning some of the best meat. It's a waste. Dude, you should leave a giant slab of fat on it, dude. And then when you cook it, you leave it on the fat like that so it stands up. And then once that fat's rendered and it looks like almost like bacon at the bottom, you tip it over and then you cook it, okay? That's how you cook it. So anyway, since this is missing that, I'm going to have to come up with another way of rendering some fat. So what do I get? I'm not going to go too crazy because, I am on a budget. I got the regular Cabot, but I didn't go bananas with the Kerrygold, which I usually do. You could do that too for special things like scampies and whatnot. But we'll use a little bit of this. Special shout out to another local company, Market Basket, dude. CEOs in some controversy, but forget about it, dude. Leave them alone. Family run business, I'm all about it. I'm going to keep it simple. I got black pepper corns. I crush them, all right, inside mortar and pestle, old school, right? And that way, accentuates the flavor, and a tiny bit of garlic salt. Forget about it. Nothing big. That's it. And I dried up these pieces of meat here, and I'm going to try to cook these without the fat. You know, and I'm telling you, this is not easy. But we'll see if it works. You're gonna come for a journey. Let's go. The pan's wicked hot already. It's not gonna take much. Just watch this bacon probably. This butter sizzle up. So let's just start with a little bit of oil, cause you need to have something there. You know what I mean? You gotta have something there, and that'll get that hot. Now while that's going, I'm gonna spice up this meat. All right, we'll spice this up, cause that's how we get down. No problem. People, I am forgetting how easy this is, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't stress how important the fat is on this stuff, man. I can't stress it. And you know what I also like to do? I like to take my salt, leave it there. So when we cut up that meat, we'll have all that meat right on this here. That's where we're gonna cut up our meat when it's all done. Now let's get back. Anyway, let that just cook for a bit. You know, if that was fat under there, I would just let it get, like I said, like a wicked crispy at the bottom, gets kind of black, and then you knock them over and tip them in. Right now it smells pretty good. This one I take the garlic salt, you know, and I just gently go over the tips. No big deal, just the tip. You know. So anyway, back to Central Street Deli. I'm hoping that this works out for you guys. This new product. Certainly, time to flip it. There it goes, because there's no fat on it. So I'm gonna flip them now. And what's gonna happen is these are gonna get wicked, wicked hot, and they're gonna turn brown. On one side, we'll do a 5-minute this way. 2-minute or maybe 3 minutes on the other, and that'll be a wrap. Mix her up. Let's see what they look like. It's getting smoky in here too. That bleeding from the top. Bam. Bleeding from the top. Boom. It's gonna fire up till it's done. We'll let that cool off for about honestly, it's going to cook for about 2 minutes. Let it cool off. And I'm going to leave it on the salt and let it just sit for a while. And we'll cut it and see what it looks like. And again, I can't stress how important it is to leave like an inch of the fat. You could even take the chunks of the fat and sell it separately in like a little tiny container, so that when people buy it, they could just use that as a shortening before. Because right now, I can tell just by the smell of it, it's a little different. It smells kind of buttery. It's probably still going to taste good, but it's certainly not going to be the same type of flavor without the fat. But anyway, I'm looking at these now. They cooked well on one side, and I'm waiting for the blood just to pop up from the top. And like I said, it's a wrap. Should be absolutely delicious. I'm going to have it with rice. I made some rice with the rice cooker. And if you have leftovers with this too, it's the other good thing. You don't want to overcook it because you want to reheat it again or something. Steak and cheese, wonderful. Steak and eggs, awesome. Hamburger helper, forget about it. Throw that in there with the mac and cheese, dude. Perfect, dude. Hearty food. Anyway, special shout out to Central Street for looking out. I'll be back there. I'm gonna bring you some of my Italian peppers, dude, and maybe even a special hot sauce. To see you get hot sauce from local folks. You haven't had the Poor Man's Kitchen version of that. All done, grown organically off of compost right here out of Import Local. Anyway, thanks again. Let's see what this looks like. Beautiful. We'll leave it right here. Good, just let it cool off. Just let them cool off. They look great. You can see what it looks like inside, yeah? Yeah. A little red in there. That's why I should just leave it there, let it steam for a while. A little bloody. Oof. That's so hard to resist. I'm just gonna get a little piece right now. There it is. Delicious. Anyway, maybe I should bring you guys a slice. But incredible. Thanks again for the picanha. And when you start having that extra fat on it, you call me or let me know. I'll be sure to be your first customer and go in there and get it. Peace.